I'm reminded about these two guys that I believe that Peter and John, I believe that they sang that praise, and I believe that they demonstrated this thanksgiving, what I'm talking about right now. Because I'm reminded about the Bible in Acts the 16th chapter around verse 25 when it said at midnight, Paul and Silas, how they prayed. Now think about what had happened. They had took these guys and slapped them in the inner section of the jailhouse. Now you know how it is when you're in jail, you ain't got nothing you want to praise God about in jail. Now, I don't know if y'all ever been to jail before. Now, I hadn't been locked up in jail, but I've been to jail. See, because they took me through a tour over the jail, and I was right in there with everybody else, just like I'm one of them. Now, inside of a jailhouse on the inside, you think you ain't got nothing to praise God for. But now, notice what happened. All these people around Peter and John, now, when midnight came, you look at somebody praising and singing praise at midnight. Somebody going to be worried about who am I going to disturb. When they hear me, they going to be mad with me. But they wiped them all out of their mind. They wiped them out of their mind, I believe, to the degree that they didn't see them. They wasn't worried about them. They didn't care about what they say about them. But the Bible said that at midnight, the Bible said that they sang their praises unto God. And see, when they sang their praises unto God, they didn't just thank God, but they sung it. They made a song out of it. They just sung praises unto God, and they just thanked the God right there in the middle of the situation. Right there in the middle of it. Now, they may not be doing nothing bad to be in jail, but right there in the middle of it, they could have been whining and saying, God, how did you let us get in this place? We were standing up for you. We were teaching your word. And you let this thing happen to us. But see, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Instead of doing that, they wiped all that out of their mind and they focused on giving them glory. And right there in the middle of it, they praised God and they sang praises unto God and they prayed. And the Bible said that the prison heard them. So see, they hadn't been doing that loud because they weren't worried about it. And when the prisoner heard, then the Bible said the supernatural showed up. Tell your neighbor the supernatural showed up. The supernatural showed up. The Bible said, and certainly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundation of the prison was shaken, and immediately the doors were open, and every man band was loose. Notice what happened. Focus Thanksgiving. Notice what happened. They locked everything out of their mind, and they weren't worrying about what folks say. Now they had God on their mind. They had the principle of praise on their mind. They had many of things that they could have complained about. You know they could have because they was in jail. And they was in jail for doing God's will. But they didn't worry about that. But what did they do? They focused on God and his goodness. And they prayed and sung praise unto God, and God showed up. The supernatural showed up. And when the supernatural showed up, the jailhouse rocked. When the jailhouse rocked, the doors flew open. What had them guys bound didn't have them bound no more.